What's up, you guys? Bryan Felder here with another episode of The Adventures of an Entrepreneur, where we bring in entrepreneurs, business owners, and C-level executives that can give us tips and tricks and just positive experiences, maybe their story, maybe some challenges that they may be having. So if you are someone that works for someone currently, maybe you own your own business, or maybe you're an entrepreneur that basically wants to expand your business or expand multiple businesses, get ready. I'm so excited to have Jim Fletcher here from Square One Inspections. You guys, this guy, he is going to bring it. So get ready. You guys are going to hear some really good nuggets from this young man. I call him young. He does look young. He goes to the pool every day, year round, I think. But Jim, welcome.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me out today.
Of course,
Sure.
dude. I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate you coming out and like hanging out. The good news is Jim, the whole inspection world, right?
Yeah.
The inspection industry. And we're going to dive right in because you've
Let's
been
go.
doing inspections for how long?
Let's see. All in about 14 years now.
14 years?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know it
Yes.
was 14
Yeah, it's
years.
been a long time. Yeah.
Gosh, dude, I'm going to start wearing a blue and like blue logoed and a white shirt and like maybe some white kickers because you do not look like you've been in this business 14 years.
Yeah, man. I started when I was young, and that was actually some of the most pushback that I had was people would look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're too young to be a home inspector," because traditionally speaking, like home inspectors were old construction guys that got
That's
out of
right.
construction. Their backs were bad, knees were bad, and they became, Uncle Joe the inspector. And I got a lot of pushback when I first started in the industry, and I started to really, I used that as a tool, to be honest with you, to propel my career. And instead of me saying, "Hey, I'm so young," I'm telling them, "Hey, I'm fresh and I'm ready to go. I'm more eager than anybody else out there." And I use that to my advantage ultimately. I would tell people, "Look, I'm quicker. I'm in and out of the house. I understand software better. I can type quicker, and I can get you a report same day." Which, years ago, you're lucky if you got it within 24 hours, and I was delivering them same day.
It's
So I
fun-
used youth to my advantage back then.
It's funny you say that, Jim, because this is really important if you're looking to launch your own business. Jim just dropped a nugget, right? Literally right off the start. And one of the biggest nuggets was a lot of people would say, "Hey, you're inexperienced or you're too young or you don't know." So like when you get in and launch your business or maybe a second business or a third business, bring the energy, bring the freshness, bring the activity to be proactive. And you just heard Jim talk about that. And you can hear it in his voice, like super energetic, super just high, like hyperactive, like let's go grind, let's go serve, let's do
Oh yeah,
it.
all day. Yeah, I mean, like I'm a caffeine addict. We'll start right there. My day doesn't work unless I have an abundance amount of caffeine. I mean, and even when it comes to the youth and people, like with my business, I look at it nowadays where I'm not always going to be relevant. I am going to be that old man one day. So every person that I hire, I'm looking for what kind of new energy can they bring to the company, right? Like marketing people, to me, it's very, very, very important to bring somebody that has new energy to the company. Because if it's somebody that has the same old energy, you're not bringing anything new. So every time I hire somebody, I want somebody that has a new and fresh energy. And it doesn't mean age isn't always a determining factor,
No.
but new energy, something that I don't have, something that maybe Gary doesn't have, or one of my inspectors, Mike, maybe he doesn't have this style of energy. So I'm always looking for that new energy for our team. Because every time you introduce somebody new and they bring a new dynamic, you're bringing a new set of people, you're attracting a new set of people to your company.
For sure.
Yeah.
How'd you get into inspections?
I was a young guy in construction. Yeah. So, 2 weeks out of high school, I went into the glass industry and I was sweeping floors. And then I ultimately was doing windows for myself by the age of 21.
Wow.
2008 housing crash came, and that essentially put the glass and window industry out of business in Florida in a matter of about 6 months. So it left me scrambling. I didn't know what to do, where to go, and I met a home inspector who was ultimately my neighbor, and he was always happy. I'm like, "Man, Howard, you always seem happy when you come home from work," and I went and did a ride along with him, and it really kind of piqued my interest. So I did some research, did some digging with the window industry, and I landed a job here in Alexandria, and I came up here and I worked for a company, and that's where I kind of put some money away and ultimately took myself to school and jumped in feet first and never looked back.
What was the hardest part when you launched the business up here, Maryland, DC, and Virginia? Because you service Maryland, DC, Virginia.
Yeah, we're everywhere now.
You go everywhere. Like you are all about where the agent is because you
Yeah.
serve real estate agents and their clients.
That's it.
What was probably one or two challenges that you experienced right when you launched? Was it like finding a business? Was it like setting up the business? What would it be?
So the hardest part for me personally was speaking in front of people, right? Like terrified me.
What?
And, oh, terrified me. And I love it now to the point where I have 17 different CE credits that I teach. But I recall the very first office that I landed a presentation at, a team meeting. It was Weichert on Route 50. They're no longer there. But I walked in. I had my PowerPoint put up, and it was like maybe 15 people there, and I was shaking. My mouth dried up, and I went up there, and I'm like, I'm the best home inspector that ever did it, and I don't care if I'm in a townhouse for 5 hours. I'm going to do the best job. I was beating on my chest like there was no tomorrow. Never got an inspection. Never got the first inspection out of that. That's the last thing a realtor wants to hear is that you're willing to spend 5 hours in a 1,300 square
For
foot
sure.
townhouse.
100%.
But that was what I had realtors sit me down and go, hey, you're never getting business from us talking like that. So that's when I started studying realtors, and I started actually studying your job as an agent. And I'm like, hey, time is precious. These people want time back. They don't want to be there a long time. They want things to move fast. Right back to the youth thing, like I used that to my advantage. And I started getting in these homes quicker, and I started showing up to homes before the realtors, having the exterior done. And I think that's pretty common practice now, to where I got some side eye when I first started doing it. They're like, why are you here already working? I'm like, oh, I'm giving you some time back.
You know, it's interesting that another nugget, y'all, another nugget. So Jim came in to promote his business, realized that was not the way to do it.
No, not at
It
all.
was, how do I identify my avatar? Who's my client? Who do I need to serve? And of course, the home buyer is the one paying for the inspection in most cases, but the agent is really the referral source or the golden goose. And so you were able to take some time to say, I need to research. So identifying who that client is, who your avatar is, and like understanding their business, their pain.
Sure.
You're able to go ahead and shift your business to be able to serve them and their clients better.
Yeah, I think and this is something where I feel like the industry also kind of lacks, right? Because I study realtors. As the market changes, I talk to every realtor that I get a chance to at every home inspection, every time I'm in office. Hey, what's happening in the market today? Are you guys going contingent on
That's
repairs,
great.
et cetera, et cetera?
So good.
Your contract changes. Let me know about them too, because the more data I have on your side, the more I can help you out, right? I'm here as a business partner, and I think on the opposite side of that, I really wish that realtors would study our job a lot more, because I think that and that's where I've kind of made it my new goal as a business owner is to educate realtors more, and that's why I'm diving so heavy into the CE credit sector of it, to try and help the agent understand what my job truly is, right? Because I think there's a big miscommunication or misunderstanding of what we're actually doing in a house, what our capabilities are. Like, look, man, if I get a leak that happens 3 months after a client moves in, I can't predict the future.
For
Like,
sure.
that crystal ball has yet to be invented. Like, I've got that golden ticket. I'm the first person in line for it. So when it's invented, I'm that guy. I'm grabbing it.
But it's interesting you say that, Jim, because I think sometimes in the real estate industry, right, with TVRG Homes being a real estate team
Sure.
here in Maryland, DC, Virginia, like when we serve with our clients, home inspectors have a bad rap. Like it's
Yeah.
really, but you at Square One and how you work and how you serve and how you communicate with both the agents and the clients, like people you mentioned Jim Fletcher, it is a positive connotation. Like people really respect how you've done it. So like you almost took my philosophy of everyone goes left, we go right.
Yeah.
You literally have elevated your level of professionalism in your service and how you work and the things you do, not just by getting to an inspection early, right? But like how you communicate is so important.
Yeah.
So I think as a business owner, you have to identify how do people want to be communicated, and then are there opportunities to elevate yourself from your competitors? I think Jim you've done such a great job with that.
Well, I'm now going to walk out of here with an ego, so thank you. But ultimately, you know, it's one of the things where when I look at my company and I look at my industry and I look at what my intentions are, it's always to serve the person. And I think this is another missed opportunity. across the board, industry wide. And I don't care if it is realtor, home inspector, lender, carpet cleaner, painter, don't care who it is. People forget what industry that we're in. We are in an industry called customer service. I just happen to serve my clients with a home inspection. And the moment that I realized that I was in the customer service industry and I really needed to refocus on this, and this was quite some years ago, it made my business explode. Because what I realized that it's not only my business, but it's also your business as an agent. I'm a direct extension on your business. So if I can do the very best that I can for your clients, it's going to show better for the realtor, and that means everyone is going to eat later on down the road as well. They're going to remember a great experience through the home inspector, through the lender, through the realtor. So in 7 years, when it's time to sell, they're going to be using you again.
So awesome. And I think you guys have done at Square One such a good job with that, with how you just, you make the agent look really good to their clients and to our clients, but also like you said it, it's not a product, it's not a service, it's how are the clients feeling before, during, and after, like your systems and your processes and how you do it, Jim. Like that's why you're here. Like honestly, that's why you're here. And that's why you're thriving. There's a lot of people struggling right now in the business, but not only here physically at this studio, but also like your business is thriving. Like you got good people, you got great street credibility. Like your reputation is really, really important. And you've done such a great job of like really going above and beyond. And I think that is who we want to align with, right?
You have to. You have to.
I mean,
my reputation is your reputation, vice versa, right? Like we can't be out of alignment there. We just can't, because the disconnect there makes you look bad.
For sure.
Right? And that's something that, again, I realized pretty early on, and now I want to change my industry. That's our goal as a company, is to be more progressive, be faster, give out the best tools that we possibly can, give our clients the most information, use the latest software and AI tools that are available to us. We're exploring AI now. We're using it in the field to where we've probably cut 15 minutes off of our inspections.
Wow.
Right? Where we can take AI now, upload, we'll start a comment of something that we find, we let AI take over, boom, it generates our comment for us.
Well, it's funny, AI is prevalent everywhere.
It's amazing, yeah. It's
not just in your business, my business, it's everywhere. And I think the more, it's interesting, I think a lot of people unfortunately are putting AI between the client and the service provider. I think we have learned how we're putting AI behind us to empower us to serve our clients better. So it's not in between. It's how can we leverage AI to be able to go ahead and serve our clients at the deepest and better level of what that experience looks like. And it's interesting when I talk to a lot of different entrepreneurs and a lot of business owners, it's not just about, hey, I want to make this amount of money. Or it's not about like, hey, I want to sell this many units or these many inspections. And those numbers are important. But it's like, how can I impact? How can I better? How can I improve? How can I go ahead and impact people and the people that we get to serve? And I think you have done such a great job with that. Like, I have not had any kind of bad or negative experience with you or your company. And that's where I think you spend so much time on, like, what does that service look like? How can I do it? What's fun? What do you do for fun? Like, what's something fun?
Oh man, right now I'm hanging on the boat, man. Hanging on the boat or being in the pool with the kids. It's kids summer for me. Like this has been one of my favorite summers ever. My kids are 6 and 8 years old, so they're at perfect age, taking care of themselves, feeding themselves, and you can just have lots of fun with them. So if I'm not here working, then I'm either in the pool or on the boat with the kids or hanging out, hitting a water park. That's what it's all about. Like that's why we're doing this. And I had a really, really rough spring as far as work goes because our phones would not stop ringing. I was doing 3 to 4 inspections a day, and then here we are later in the summer, and I'm just taking a lot of time off to be with them. It's great. My wife was just in India for 3 weeks, so that forced me to get away from work and be dad.
So good.
And that kind of reset me. So summertime, all about the water, anything to do with water. And then if you know me for more than 12 seconds, I'm a snowboard addict. So as soon as it gets cold, man, I'm flying somewhere.
You know what? The nice thing about what you've built and how you built it is you have both and.
Yeah.
A lot of people that own their own businesses, they're either only working all the time, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week.
Yeah.
And there are times when you got it. There's seasons when you got to do it. Like you
have
said,
to do
spring
it.
season.
Make hay while the sun shines.
But you also make sure you balance time for your family. You also prioritize, like, where do I need to go ahead and spend some time and have influence and impact, not just with your clients and the agents, but also with your family. And I think that right there is a testament of who you are, Jim. And I think that's so. I mean, I'm going to get your autograph after this.
Yeah,
Like,
well, look, man, it's one of the things. I've not always been great at that. I've been, and if my wife ever watches this, wherever you are, like, I'm sorry for the times, but I'm also that work addict. I've been that guy, and it was at a point where my wife had to sit me down. My daughter was 2 years old, and I hadn't spent much time with my firstborn. She was 2 years old, and it was to the point where I was overworking myself so much. I found myself basically crying on the side of my bed, not knowing what to do, because I'm in this build phase and I'm hiring people, and you're stressed about the money, you're stressed about the work, and I want to be around this, but I need to be over here. So I've had some really difficult times, man. It's not been great, and I've learned more over the past probably 2-3 years, and really embraced more time with the family. That's why we're doing this.
For sure.
Like, that's why we're doing this, and it took a hard reality check for me to see that, because the business is also my baby.
For sure.
It's not family, but it's something that, as a business owner, like, when you pour yourself into it, you're pouring everything into it. So.
Jim, you hit it on the nail. How do people get in touch with you? If people want more information, how do they reach out?
Hit me up on the cell phone. I'm still the receptionist. 703-345-8380. You can call me. You can text me. I'm still doing the scheduling. If I don't get back to you right away, then you can visit our website at squareoneinspections.com. We have 24/7 online scheduling. That would be the ideal way, until I can get a full-time receptionist, which I'm interviewing for now.
I love it. Actually, if you're going to leave everyone with a lasting comment or a nugget, what would be something that you want to wrap up with?
If you want to open a business, come sit down and talk to me, and let's have a real discussion, because it's not always what it looks like from the outside. If you're looking to open a business, I think you brought it up earlier, it's not about the money. Like, if you want to make a lot of money, go to school and work for corporate somewhere. If you want to build something, a legacy, something that you can leave behind, and that's what you're really looking after, then maybe you have the right personality to be a business owner, because business is not cash hand over fist all the time. Majority of the time, actually, it's not.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work, and it's dedication. It's a lifelong dedication.
Dude,
So.
You are awesome. Jim, thank you so much for being on today. And I will tell you, if I had a notebook, I should have brought my notebook, because I'm glad we're recording, because I literally got so many nuggets from this. But you are phenomenal. I'm going to keep supporting you. We're going to keep supporting you, and we appreciate everything you do.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me out today. I really do, and it's been great knowing you and being in business with you. And let me know whenever I can do anything to help you guys out.
You're awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jim.
likewise. Thank you.
Cool.